On the pole, scheduled to be the 24G of Caden Gordon. He is going to start in the back. So the O2C, welcome back Cody Boulware. He'll start on the pole. Michael Finson to his outside in the 16.
And it's going to be Tony Fetterman in row number 2 as they move it forward, and John Kane to the outside.
It's going to be Lowell Jansen and Ben Schneider's row number 3. Caden Gordon, Matt Wall. Central Iowa hot shoe, row 4, and we are green.
Green flag through turns 1 and 2 this time, and Fetterman's going to look to the low side of Cody Boulware. Boulware able to hold him at that time. Here comes John Kane up on the high side. He's going to rip the lip, try to catch the back bumper of Boulware, and rip around the outside of Fetterman, take over the second spot.
John Kane all over the rear bumper cover. Of course, 2 weeks ago, Cody Boulware rolling on the front stretch. Took last week off to get repairs made to the car. And he is currently leading heat race number 1. But John Kane to the inside. It's going to be Boulware by 25 one-thousandths of a second.
Down the back straightaway, we were going to go. Kane gets the race lead down the back stretch in turns 3 and 4, but it's a battle for that third spot between Lowell, Jansen, and Fetterman. Fetterman down the low side, and Jansen's going to come up to the back bumper of Boulware into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of a tap to the back, and he's going to cross it down on the low side. 3 wide for that second spot. Stair-step it down the back straightaway. We are racing for second.
Absolutely. 3 cars under a blanket. It is Boulware, Jansen, and Fetterman. Lowell Jansen back in his own car after some issues a couple weeks ago as well. But it is Cody Boulware hanging on. Keep in mind, folks, only top 5 are going to transfer out of each of these 3 heat races directly into tonight's Agrivision Equipment A main. So you want to be in the top 5. Right now, that's Kane, Boulware, Jansen, Fetterman, and Schneiders.
White flag is out. We only have 1 lap to go, and it's all Kane down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4, seeing the checkered flag fly for heat race number 1. It's John Kane in the 44. Second's going to go to Cody Boulware, holding off Lowell Jansen and Tony Fetterman, and rounding out the top 5 is the 34B of Ben Schneiders.
Adams, Nebraska.
I do not know.
I'll tell you right now, it's a very, very, very small town. And, of course, they've got Neil Pella as kind of like their superstar, I guess you'd say.
Well, he's going to get a chance to prove so as they come off of turn number 4. He starts inside row 2. The green flag is out, and leads us down into turns 1 and 2. We're racing heat race number 2 of the Agrivision Equipment IMCA Hobby Stocks. We're going to take it 3 wide for the race lead. Down the back straightaway. Trouble for Zach Ankerman as he's slow on the top of turn 2. He'll have to pull it to the infield. He will do so. We stay to the green flag.
By the way, as of 2021, Adams, Nebraska, 619 people. Neil Pella being one of them, of course.
And down the back straightaway we go. Lead him, your race leader, with Plone to his outside. Neil Pella down to the low side. Ryan Gilland in the 46. Also coming from Eagle, Nebraska, both of which had raced last night and now come to extend their weekend as Tanner Plone rolls up the track and unfortunately has to concede ground to the top 4 battle, and he will now be in a battle with Zach Bales in 3 and 4.
As Zach Price gets way slideways out in turn number 2, he's able to keep the car going. We are going to stay green. Tanner Plone now 1 spot out looking in as it is Leadham, followed by Neil Pella, Ryan Gilland, Justin Shern, Zach Bales, your top 5. Top 5 make it in directly to the A main.
Through turns 1 and 2, and we go to the yellow flag. Zachary Friars at the bottom of turn number 2. He's got it going now. He's down the back straightaway, and he will have to pull it into the infield as one and done in the heat races. We will see him here in the B feature here later on.
The outside, per the Delaware double file restart rules, it's really interesting to see that second row right behind Leadham, and it's not a Saturday night at Eagle.
No, it's a Sunday night at Interstate Speedway, and we're racing once again.
But, you know, that's a good thing. That just shows that people from other tracks, other areas, have heard about all the great changes that have been made. They want to come see it for themselves, as right now it is an Eagle Raceway battle side by side for second and third. White flag's going to come out. Leadham, followed by Pella, Gilliland, Shern, and Bales, your top 5.
Battle raging on for that second place spot behind Ryan Leadham. Pella still to the high side of the 46 machine of Gilland, but off of turn number 4, Ryan Leadham is going to lead him down to the checkered flag, taking heat race number 2 in your Agrivision Equipment IMCA Hobby Stocks. Second at the line.
By 66 one-thousandths of a second. Give it to Neil Pella. Ryan Gilland third, Justin Shern fourth. Zach Bales rounds out the top 5 that are going to make it directly into tonight's Agrivision A main. As they come down the backstretch, it's going to be Bruck and Hoffman. Two guys that got a lot of laps against each other. Green flag is out, and it's going to be Bruck with the early advantage. He's going to slide up in front of Hoffman. They're going to take it down through 1 and 2. It's going to be Craig Clift down on the low side. Whoa, as he starts to drift up. Almost takes the entire nose clean off of the 34M of Miller, but it is going to be Kevin Bruck leading lap number 1.
And we go to the yellow flag with contact and troubles down the back straightaway. Carter Davis able to get back underway, but Joel McGee still sitting at the bottom of turn number 3.
Okay, so apparently we're going to have a Nebraska geography lesson now, because I just got a message from Jana Watts. Jana Watts. We were talking about how Adams, Nebraska is 619 people. She proceeds to tell me Sterling, Nebraska, where Ryan Gilland is from, is smaller than Adams. It's only 486. But I will say this. Neither one of them is smaller than the little town I go by on my way to US 30 every Thursday, Rogers, Nebraska, which is 95 people.
As we roll through turns 3 and 4 this time, Kevin Bruck's going to lead us down to the green flag once again. Hammered down. Hoffman's going to make a little bit of contact. They might have brushed the wall down the front straightaway, but through turns 3 and 4, we are racing for the lead. Kevin Bruck down the low side. And Miller had to get on the brakes to avoid contact there. And off of turn number 4 this time, leader is going to be the 01B of Kevin Bruck.
It is going to be Bruck, followed by Hoffman, Clift, Miller, and then McGee. Kevin Bruck around in 2. Oh, no. Didn't see if that was on his own or if he had help, but he is going to keep going, but the caution already out, so we will see Grandpa Gum's Kevin Bruck in a Agrivision B feature a little later tonight. Advantage Racing TV replay, and there was definitely contact between the 8X of Hoffman and the 01B of Bruck. For those at home, all I'm going to say is draw your own conclusions, but the 8X of Andy Hoffman parked for the rest of the heat race. So right now it is Hoffman we will definitely see in an Agrivision B feature. Kevin Bruck will start in the back of the heat. He has a chance. He only has to pass one car to make his way directly into the Agrivision A feature later on tonight. We're going to find out if he's able to do that. One car, Kevin Bruck. I don't know. What do you think, Doogie? Do you like those odds?
It being Kevin Bruck, I think he'd do fine with 5 cars ahead of him, in all honesty. Which specifically, that's what he has currently.
with 2 to go, mind you.
As we sail through turns 3 and 4 this time, Craig Cliff leads us down the front straightaway back to the green flag. McGee down to the inside of Miller. Miller wipes the nose of McGee into turns 1 and 2. They're going to be racing it on down the way, and Kevin Bruck has made his way ahead of Carter Davis down the backstretch. Battle on for the second spot, now making a battle for the lead as they come off of turn number 4.
Yeah, but Kevin Bruck, that ain't going to be enough. Although Davis tried to go to the outside. A little rubbings racing between him and Bruck. He broke his momentum, but here comes Bruck trying to look for third. Meanwhile, Craig Clift, your leader, they're going to sling it through 3 and 4 for the last time. Your fantastic 2 to go. I'm off a little bit. No, the 56 of Aaron Shern around.
He's trying to get it back going. He'll get it back going. We will stay to the green flag. Battle for the race lead coming off of turn number 4 this time. Miller down to the low side. Cliff trying to hold him off. A little bit of contact, a little squirrely by Miller. Into turns 1 and 2 they go one last time.
Absolutely, as Cliff hanging heads up driving by Miller as that thing was all cattywampus. They're going to come through 3 and 4. This time it'll be the last time, folks. I'm on the right lap, I swear. It's going to be Craig Clift, David Miller, Joel McGee, Kevin Bruck, and Carter Davis, your Fantastic Five. Those will be the 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 starters in tonight's Agrivision A feature. We will round out the field with a B feature a little bit later on this evening. Your Agrivision B feature, it's going to be 10 laps of distance. You want to be top 3. If you are not top 3, guess what? You're in the stands with the fans when the A feature comes out a little bit later on. Looks like we are missing one car. Looks like possibly Michael Finzen not making the call. So we're going to send 7 for 10, 7 cars, 10 laps. Your Agrivision B feature is live, and problems for Matt Wall right off the bat as he just absolutely drops like a boat anchor was tied to him. Now looks like he's getting back up to speed. Not sure what happened there on the starts, but it is going to be Aaron Shern, Tanner Plone, and Zach Fry, your top 3 as of right now. Little Zeppy, Zach Ankrum sitting one spot out looking in with the 8X of Andy Hoffman right there as well. But look at this, Tyler Fry getting passed by Ankrum. But at the same time, the 24 of Plone also having issues. It's a battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Here's the issue. Only 2nd and 3rd matter. Little Zeppy, Zach Ankrum trying to go for 2nd. Still can't quite get it done. But he does put himself in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Zach Fry trying to get back to the outside. Oh, Plone bobbles. Plone bobbles out of 2. They're going to go 3 wide. It's going to be Fry in the middle. Plone on the outside. Hoffman on the inside. No, and Zach Fry around right in front of Andy Hoffman. Fry, the only one still sitting there. Caution is going to come out. Ankrum chooses the low side for the Delaware double file. We're going to go back to green. And it's going to be Shern leading Ankrum down into 1 and 2. Then they're and Caden Gordon goes around. Is he going to be able to get it back going? Negative, Ghost Rider. Caden Gordon bringing out the caution. We did not get that lap completed. Still only 4 laps down, 6 laps to go. Your Agrivision B feature, top 3, making it into tonight's Agrivision Equipment of Lawton A main. So quickly they get in the Delaware double file formation. This time Ankrum choosing the high side, putting Tanner Plone to the low side. We'll see if that makes a difference. As the green comes out, it's going to be Shern putting a block on Ankrum. That's going to allow Hoffman to get to the inside. 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Hoffman now up into 2nd. Ankrum powers back into 3rd. Now they're going to be side by side, Hoffman and Ankrum, for 2 and 3. As it's still all behind Aaron Shern. Hoffman, Ankrum trying to chase him down. Hoffman gets steppy. Andy Hoffman sideways, ends up in the infield, calls no joy. He is done. Tanner Plone now back into that 3rd and final transfer spot. Matt Wall, 1 spot out, looking in. They're going to be coming down to see 3 laps to go this time by Aaron Shern. Built up an 0.8 of a second lead last time around. We'll see how much bigger that is now. make it a 1.094 second advantage over Ankrum. Top three have pretty much stabilized as Plown almost knocked down the Armco of the wall there. In coming out of two, Zach Fry calling no joy. He is done. 2 to go. Can Matt Wall catch up to Tanner Plone and possibly try to punch his ticket into tonight's Agrivision A main? As they go down, look at this. Ankrum starting to catch Shern, it looks like. The eye test says yes. The time test says, oh yeah! 1.1 seconds down to a half a second. White flag is out. Can Ankrum do anything into 3 and 4? As they go down, Ankrum, nope, he's going to settle for second because he knows second will punch his ticket. Aaron Shern wins. Zach Ankrum second. And try as Matt Wall might, Tanner Plone will take your third and final spot into tonight's Agrivision Equipment of Lawton A feature event. Wow. To show these drivers some appreciation, get on your feet. It's parade and wave time for your Agrivision Hobby Stocks. $18 cars, 15 laps. It's time for your Agrivision Equipment A feature, and it's green. It's going to be Miller with the early advantage. He's going to fire it off down into 1 and 2. He's going to have Lowell Jansen right on his backside to his inside. That's Ryan Gillen. They're going to go side by side for that number 1 spot. Meanwhile, you've got Fetterman, McGee, and Jansen all trying to go 3 wide for 3, 4, and 5.
So Miller's still your race leader. Gillen down on the low side trying to chase him down. Side by side for third with Fetterman and Jansen. Then it's going to be Clift and McGee. And there's the other Eagle Raceway competitor, Pella, up on the high side, just on the outside of the bounty man, John Kane. $56 bounty on John Kane as he's currently stuck in the mid-pack in a gaggle of cars.
And Pella to the outside of McGee, who's also got the 44 of Kane in there. They were 3 wide for a while. As they're going to come around, it's going to be once again David Miller leading a lap barely. As they're going to fire back down into 1 and 2. Ryan Gillen giving him everything he's got.
And down the back straightaway we go. It's still side by side for the race lead. Ryan Gillen is holding on to the top spot, or he's trying to get to the top spot at the line that time by 0.64 to David Miller. Miller's keeping the momentum up on the high side, trying to find his way around. Gaggle of cars behind him, but that's behind the side-by-side race lead going on. Where do you look at this one, PJ?
Oh, good question. You can look anywhere and see all kinds of action going on right now as it sits. Miller 0.158 ahead, but they are 2 and sometimes 3 wide all the way through the field. And I'll tell you right now, there's 2 cars that are about to go a lap down, the 48J Assurance, the 33X of Carter, as here comes your leaders.
The leaders are on their way down. They've kind of separated themselves out for the time being. Battle for the 3rd spot is the current hot and heavy one. As here comes the bounty man. John Kane up on the high side of the 7 of Tony Fetterman. He's in the 3rd spot now as he comes around the high side. Lap cars just ahead of your race leaders. Carter Davis going to be the first one to go a lap down once the leaders reach him.
Is that going to hold up the 34M of Miller as he is now starting to pull away 0.7 of a second ahead of Ryan Gillen. And Gillen better not let up on that throttle, son, because here comes John Kane. Kane knocking on the back bumper cover of the 46 of Gillen.
Got a mad gaggle of cars deeper in the field as Kevin Bruck just goes ahead of Neil Pella that time by. Pella's trying to look on the low side of Grandpa Gubbs. Gubbs going to look down to the low side of Jansen, try to look to the inside. Battle is on for the mid-pack battle. That's a battle for the 4th spot, I believe, or the 5th spot, as now Gillen has company up front to battle for the 2nd spot raging on. Top 3 are closing in with lap traffic. We're going to have a battle for the race lead in a moment.
We are halfway home, 9 down, 9 to go in your Agrivision Equipment IMCA Hobby Stock feature. As here comes the leaders, Kane and Miller Miller being held up by Carter Davis. That's allowing John Kane and Ryan Gillen to get back up there and do battle with him. They're going to fire it off down the backstretch. Kane side by side with Miller. He's going to try and use Carter Davis as a pick to get by him. Can't quite get it done. As Carter Davis desperately trying to stay on the lead lap, but he's being held up by the 48 J.F. Shern. New leader, John Kane, he gets it done.
John Kane able to get around the lap traffic and get around to the race lead of Miller. Problems for Shern, and we go to the yellow flag.
Uh-oh. Now, here's the question. Was that lap completed, or are we going back to the last completed lap, which means that it will revert back to Miller with the lead. 56 of Aaron Shern bringing out the caution as he was stopped down there at the bottom of turn number dos.
And speaking of keeping in line, we are in line in the hobby stocks in the Delaware double file formation down the back straightaway. Miller chooses the high line, Gillen down low. We have 7 laps remaining, and we come to the green flag.
So we're going to see who's going to park it in Interstate Speedway Victory Lane and have a shot at a $500 bonus tomorrow night. Right now, it is looking like all Kane, but here comes Kevin Bruck to the inside. He pushed it 3 wide with Gillen in the middle and Miller to the
Trouble
outside.
down the back straightaway. We may have to go to the yellow flag as I see Lowell Jansen sitting at the bottom of the back stretch, and we will go to the yellow.
Looks like Cody Boulware has already called no joy and pulled it in. And oh, heavy damage to the left front. Bodywork on the 4 of Jansen. Man, you look at Miller, Gilland, Bruck, all right there. Fetterman as well. I mean, Zeppi, Pella. There's a lot of guys that could dethrone that 56 car. 44 car. As the green drops. And again, Kevin Bruck going to try to push it 3 wide. Gillen in the middle. Oh, 4 wide as they're trying to go to the inside of the 44 of John Kane. A little bit of beating and banging, a little bit of Rubbins racing going on. As Kevin Bruck now going around to the inside, and caution is back
Trouble
out.
in turn number 2. Bales and another car tangoed together. Plone. Tanner Plone and Zach Bales are together at the top of turn number 2. And Kane,
whoa!
I don't know why you would choose to go that way, as that was a very tight gap, but Kane made it through.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, looking at the left front of Lowell Jansen's car, there's going to be a lot of work to do back in the shop this week if he wants to get that car back out later this coming week, this next weekend.
As they come off of turn number 4, this time we go back to the green flag. Gillen drove it down low. It's going to be almost 4 wide down the front straightaway again. Bruck down to the low side of Gillen. Gillen down low of Kane and Miller. Now Kane's able to drive away that time by. He did not bobble through turn 2 that time. It's 3 wide for the second spot and 2 by 2 behind him.
And here comes Ankrum picking on the low side, driving right behind in the tire tracks of Bruck. Bruck trying to go to the low side to get around Miller for second, see if he can go tackle Kane. It is John Kane, followed by Bruck, Miller, Gilland, and here comes Fetterman into the mix as well. Bruck now goes to the higher side, and that's going to allow Miller to take back that second place spot.
Meanwhile, the battle for the second place spot is just going to fan out. 4 cars wide off of turn number 4 last time by. Now it's still going to be like a 5-car battle as they go down the back straightaway. It's going to now be a 3-car battle for the 4th spot. They're all just going to battle it out together. Anytime I mention something, it changes up. More cars get added. Some cars get taken away. But we do know Miller holding on to the second spot. Now Bruck's going to dive it down to the low side.
These are some of the toughest features that we announce, but also some of the most fun that we announce because it always does constantly change. Bruck going to try and drive it down the hill, see if he can get back underneath of Miller. Can't quite get it done. Going to tuck back underneath of him. Again, through 1 and 2. He's going to stay right in the tire tracks of Miller. Meanwhile, John Kane's gone. He is absolutely out of here. 2.236 seconds. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and John Kane is your race leader. Second is still Miller, being hounded on by Kevin Bruck. Bruck is going to try and dip down low down the back straightaway, trying to build the momentum back up and catch back by. But turns 3 and 4 this time, we have 1 lap to go for John Kane.
As Kane fires it off down the front stretch once again. 2.194 seconds. All he's got to do is complete a half a lap, and he has got the bounty licked. as it's going to be John Kane. Miller in second, followed by Kevin Bruck, Tony Fetterman, Ryan Gilland. Ryan Dugan, you need to come back to the booth. You forgot something. Ladies and gentlemen, your IMCA Sunoco Hobby Stocks presented by Agrivision Equipment winner, John Kane.
Back down in Victory Lane here tonight. You took on the Kevin Bruck bounty, and there was a little bit of a bounty on you by Chance Erickson for the Dave Riley Memorial last year, and you're sporting the shirt here in Victory Lane. How was it making your way to the front in that feature?
I didn't know how I was going to get through or not. I was stuck back there 5th, 6th for quite a while. I didn't know if I could get wiggled through. I kept working the bottom a little bit and got to where I could get up on the top and run the rim, and that's what we needed.
That you did indeed. And the track was working good for you out there. Any line you found?
Yeah, I was tiptoeing around on the bottom and going forward, and then once we got up on the cushion, there was a little moisture up there, away we went.
Who do you got to thank for putting in Victory Lane here tonight?
My wife, my kids, everybody comes out and supports me. Dave Riley, Mike Riley, all them guys.
All right, we'll let you celebrate here in Victory Lane here tonight. John Kane, your Agrivision Equipment IMCA Hobby Stock feature winner.